So let's go back here to the mind map. So this is the basic configuration. Is you set up your proxy groups, you authenticate your proxy with the proxy provider, and then you create your first profile. Now, like I said, I'm going to be using groups to kind of organize. And once you get them set up, I just find that it's going to be easier to duplicate a profile than starting from scratch. And the reason is whenever you're over here, oops, got an error popping up here. I'll just go ahead and continue. But in each of your profiles, and I'll just bring up Ann Clark as an example. When you create your profile, you'll have a name, you'll have a group, and if you don't have a group, you can always assign a group and it will add to your drop-down list. So I've got 5 groups. Give it a short description here, and this is kind of how I keep track of which ones we have already done. And then the proxy group. And I'm just going to put in the proxy matching that. It seems to drop that. It doesn't lock it in. I think there may be an upgrade coming on that where it locks the group proxy in. And then they have ungoogled Chromium and Chrome. Now, if you're using a zombie account or you're doing things kind of on the gray hat side, you probably would use this. But I'm building profiles that I want Google to know about, and I want them to track the cookies and build a cache of sites that they visited. I want to make them look as real as possible. So I'm going to use this feature right here. Now, when we start talking Jarvie and we start talking zombie accounts to follow our minions, I'll probably add several in here under the ungoogled Chromium. Okay. Now you could set your homepage, the starting URL in here. I don't, because I want a whole list of, and in fact, Garrett, correct me, but I think you can put twitter.com, facebook.com, and start here with the homepage settings like that. And user agent, I just leave that blank, and I'm not going to run an incognito. And now this information right here is just for you, just to keep track of everything. And I don't need Oscar in here. This is for Ann. And I put a short bio in here that I'll use when I'm creating profiles. Now, this is the basics. At the end of the call, I want Garrett and Brian to kind of talk about some of the advanced options, that we may be using, some of the, if we need to put some extensions in there about the WebRTC, how to lock the profile and hide the profile. In fact, some of this is really new. I haven't seen that. So anyway, you would save that, and then it's easier to duplicate this because then if you have any advanced settings whatsoever, it's going to go to the new profile instead of starting from scratch. Okay, so this is just a cursory. We're going to talk a little bit more about it as we get further into the call.